What do you do if you work for a company but feel stuck? Today I'll continue to address the millions of folks stuck in a rut at their work. And if you missed my debut talk, be sure to listen to it as well. In that first talk, I introduced you to integrated thinking and the resulting self-leader mode. Today you must leave behind specialized thinking, specialized tasks in your routine rut, stuck in the following mode. But how do you begin this integrated thinking from which you can begin to form your own path to success? Well, let me tell you how. Remember in my first talk, I told you about my first experience at integrated thinking as a 15-year-old dishwasher who saved a failing restaurant for generations to come. What made me different than the other dishwashers? Whereas they followed their specialized tasks, their specialized thinking, I naturally got curious and began pondering many aspects of the business. Remember? I studied the customers who came in. I studied the curb appeal. I studied the waitresses and their dress and service. I studied the food choices. I studied the restaurant's location. I studied its relevance and access in the small town. My curious mind was just looking at many different things about the business after hearing the owner complaining night after night that he was going out of business. Then one night, after spending weeks studying the business, everything came together in my mind in what I called a 10-second miracle. All the pieces came together like a puzzle, revealing a puzzle picture that saved the restaurant. Again, if you haven't yet, go back and listen to my first talk to know what saved the restaurant and has it still going strong decades later. Now, compare my integrating mind as a dishwasher to the other dishwashers following mine, following their specialized routine tasks day in and day out. After a few weeks, my integrating mind turned the restaurant into a cash cow. Subsequently, with my integrating mind, I have risen with the life I dreamed about as a child. The other dishwashers, on the other hand, were still washing dishes day after day, just following their specialized tasks when I left the restaurant. I saw no signs of them ever rising up, and I'm sure that's not the life they dreamed of as a child. They're good people who might be asking the question so many people ask. Isn't there something more to life? Now, I mentioned something a moment ago that is a key element to my integrating mind. I mentioned my curious mind. And that, my friends, is your first step into the integrating mind, into the next mentality, curiosity. For those who feel stuck in a routine rut at work, I want you to change your mindset from just getting through your specialized tasks, not unlike the other dishwashers at the restaurant. Change your mindset to being curious at work. I want you to take a real interest in your place of work, in the business. I want you to broaden your vision beyond your job and its specialized tasks, not unlike I did as a dishwasher. Your mind suddenly spreads out beyond your tunnel vision, beyond your specialized thinking. Your mind opens up, which will allow it to start integrating. I want you to be curious and ask coworkers about their jobs. If you approach them sincerely, they'll gladly, perhaps proudly, show you their work. If they ask why, you can express genuine interest in their contribution to the business. Express good vibes, appreciation of their work. As you open your mind to the entire business, as I did as a lowly dishwasher, your mind will begin to behave differently. It's a liberating experience. Your mind will no longer feel trapped in a rut as it expands toward the integrating mind, the mentality we were supposed to have, the mentality of every superachiever. Now, I'll take this one step at a time, my friends. I want you to experience this project curiosity at work. Do this for a couple of weeks. As your mind expands, it will begin to notice the essence of the business. That is, the places where increased money can be made, even in small places such as how a task could be done more efficiently. But for the first time, your mind begins its baby steps into integrated thinking. Now, my next talk will go beyond baby steps. But this step, Project Curiosity, must happen first for at least 2 weeks. In my next talk, I'll show you how to rise up with your newly expanding mind. Rise up to the top. As I promised, I'll enable you to make the leap into the next mentality, the Neothink mentality, the mentality of all great superachievers who ever lived. Be sure you have already subscribed to my channel because this is where your transformation will happen, leaving behind a constant feeling that there must be something more to life, while instead coming into the life you were meant to live. And if you want to know more right now, click on the link below.